What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday Q&A with Andre. Who else is here? Where are you from, you guys? And as we get going, please don't be shy. The purpose of this Q&A is for me to give you value, which means you ask questions and I give you answers. And this is my way of simply giving. Call it charity, call it giving people that need help and don't have the means to afford help. This is the purpose. So I don't care what you're dealing with, whether it's anxiety, panic, depression, maybe you're having suicidal thoughts. Maybe you're like one of the questions I have offline is about divorce. Is divorce okay? And is there a way to not divorce? And I think the real question was, have you ever helped anyone not divorce? And the answer is fuck yeah. And I love that because I don't believe in divorce. So we'll chat about that in a minute. So the point of this conversation is to literally to raise consciousness, to raise the vibration of this human dynamic, because look around, just look around yourself for a minute, look around your life. And from the moment you wake up in the morning, all the way till you go back to bed at night, how much worry do you have? How much stress shows up? How much shit talk do you do? How much judgment, how much anger, how much resentment, how much jealousy, how much that you're conscious of? You follow me? Because a lot of these patterns, and especially the chat box up here, is unconscious behavior, which means you're just going through life. You're in this little perfect little robot and you're just doing the job and the kids and cooking dinner and going out and coming back in and pop, 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 pop. But this thing doesn't stop. And it's like, it's just normal. I'm exhausted. I just wasted my whole fucking day on, I don't even know what, but I'm drained. I have no energy. And then you're supposed to be home and love your husband and love the kids and all. It's like, I have nothing to give. Why? Because you wasted your energy on absolute shit. All right, so I'm going to go with the first question that I have offline. No, I'm going to go with the number question. Hold on, because I'm going to read it and then I'm going to answer it. And listen, when I answer these questions, please understand that all of this information is based on my knowledge, my experience, my studies, my, I don't know, shit now, 40 years of being very, what's up, Guzman? Anthony, what's up, yo? Yo, it's a compilation of my experience, my studies, and my journey. And to me, today, this is my truth, but it's changing every day. It's evolving. I shouldn't say changing. It's evolving every single day because I'm learning, I'm absorbing. Like, I'm obsessed with this and I'm obsessed with the subconscious mind. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I want to know so badly what makes us tick and how it makes us humans tick and how we can make it better. And so I listen to so many gurus and people and coaches, and there's so much out there. It's incredible. So I'm obsessed with that. People think, somebody asked me a few days ago, hey, you know, my so-and-so is bipolar, on a ton of meds, and, you know, it's like she's screwed for life. And I'm like, no, there's a chemical process in being bipolar. But the problem is when somebody is told, diagnosed, like you are bipolar, that fear sets in, it goes into the DNA. Now the person starts knowing and speaking over their life, I am bipolar, and all of a sudden they are bipolar and they're fed a bunch of medicine, and the medicine fucks with their chemical system so bad. Anyway, my point is bipolar can be undone, so therefore it does not really exist. Bop, bop. Just saying, it's all created by our fucking thoughts, just like cancer. So the question was, all right, what's your take on the crazy synchronicity of numbers? Most days, it almost feels unreal. Every time I look at the clock or phone, it's on a sync. What is God trying to tell me? That's good. It's good because it's like, it's the universe's way of communication. So remember, everything in this universe is vibration, and there's nothing outside of vibration. Everything is a constant movement. Universe means one, sound. Everything is sound and light. We live in an electric and magnetic universe. We're in a world of duality. Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, understand the numbers 369. Numerology from so many different cultures will explain what numbers mean and what vibration they hold. And for example, Eastern culture will explain numerology through elements. For example, the number 1 is water. The number, and it goes on and on and on. It goes literally through all of the elements, and they all hold, like number 3, for example, is female wood. Number 4 is male wood. So if anybody with a life path number 4 has phenomenal growth in their potential, me, for example, and that's why I know it so well. I'm in Eastern. I am number 4 of the wood element, and so therefore it's fast growth. So then you say, okay, cool, you're number 4 of the wood element, fast growth. So things are just happen. They happen fast, and they go in business and creativity, all that fun stuff. And that's always been my life. So it's sort of an automatic thing because that's just who I am, or what I am at the core, based on the universe and the numbers of when the moment I was born, that imprint, pop, there's this guy with the number 4. Anyway, my point is, so then you say, okay, number 4, that's wood element. What does wood need? Well, it needs earth for the branches to grow, but then it also needs water in order for it to grow. So, for example, my wife Tammy is a 1, she's water, and so very good for me. I'm not necessarily so good for her because I absorb the water, but she feeds this, and therefore, so it's a nice complement is the point. So that's Eastern philosophy. Western astrology, numerology, same idea. Everybody has explanations around numbers. Once you get into the bigger numbers, 11, 22, 33, 44, these are called master numbers. So when you add up your birth date all the way down. So for example, I'm October 12, 1969. So 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. So plus the original 1 from October, there's the 4. 1969, 1 plus 9 is 1. So in Eastern, it stops at the 4. It stops over there. In Western, it goes all the way across, and you'll see that it's really an 11. It's a master number. So 19, 1 plus 9 is 1, plus 6 is 7, plus 9, it's a 7, right? 7 plus 9 is 16. And 1 plus 6 is still a 7. So 7 plus the 4 is 11 master number. So what we'll chat about a little bit is the idea of 369. 369, they're in this constant cycle of magical multiplication, but also of disappearance. Because if you take any multiplication of 3 or of 6 or of 9, they all end up as 9s. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. 6 times 9 is 54. 5 plus 4 is 9. So there's this beautiful sort of disappearance act of understanding the power, the compound effect from 3 to 6 to 9. And hence Tesla explained the universe through these numbers. When you add up your birth date to really get down to that single digit, you want to break it down to a single digit if you end up with a number that is not a master number. 11, 22, 33, 44 are master numbers, and you don't want to break those down, and each one have very specific meaning. So 11 is a very powerful, spiritual, angelic number. So you have great connection to the ether, whatever this is. We don't fucking know. That's the problem. It's the stuff. But obviously we believe in a greater something and a phenomenal energy. So this, the number 11 is a great connection to that. So for anybody that's creative, spiritual, growing a business from that has to do with really helping people. So hence why I do what the fuck I do, because this number 11 is exactly that. It's this connection to spirit, and whatever I do for a living, it has to be from the heart. That's it. It has to be helping people. And there's the answer as to why I became a coach. Indirectly, I had never, ever had thought out, planned, I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to be a public speaker. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. Never. I had no fucking idea, but here we are. And so are these things real? I don't know. You tell me. But so far, so good. So what numbers mean? So like, I think you mentioned the number 11, or you see the number 1010 all the time, etc. Same here. I see on the clock, on the phone, 1111, 1010, it goes on and on and on. 808, I get a lot of 808s. I love 808. My phone number ends up in 3888, and I love that. There's a big power to eights. 8 is earth, 8 is money. So once you figure out what these numbers mean, and more importantly, what they mean to you, you want to start literally having a conversation with yourself, like, hey, what's going on in my life? So it is an angelic way of getting your attention. It really is. I feel that. And you figure out your own path, because all of this stuff will mean different things to different people. So this is my opinion. You take what I'm giving you, and then you go into, all right, but for me, what makes sense is blah, blah, blah. Figure that shit out, because yes, there's a universal explanation, but you are still you. Figuring out what 1111 means to you. And then when you really could, when it pops up again, it's like, ah, got it. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides, whatever you want to call them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what do they mean? I believe it's a way, first of all, it's a way of getting our attention. But number two, I believe it's a confirmation. Like, hey, whatever you're doing, bam, check mark, you're on the right track. Or if it could also be like, hey, wake up. And that's what I'm saying. You got to figure out for you what you're going through. Are you on an upswing in life, or are you on a downswing in life? Is the universe, God, guides, spirits, angels looking to get your attention? Like, hey, slow the fuck down. Maybe. But only you know that inside. I don't believe there's a blanket answer like the number 11. If you see it, it means that Biden is... No, I don't believe in that shit. Does it hold power? Yes. Is it a vibration? Yes. Is it going to mean something different to you and me? Yes. The idea of number one is still number one, but what it means to you and what you're supposed to do with it is on you and up to you. So that's it. I hope I answered that. And there's a lot. I mean, we can talk about numbers and numerology. Study Eastern numerology, study Western numerology, and then study Tesla's 369. Bingo bango. Okay, so let's go to, I have another question that I want to get to offline. It's about marriage, and that's a big one for me, so I want to talk about it. I see Jody. Thank you, Jody Ure. I think that's the pronunciation. Okay, so let's talk anxiety. In particular, getting out of being stuck in an anxiety cycle. Is the best way to recover from anxiety to just let it be there and go about your life? Will it eventually burn itself out? Fuck no! You don't leave anxiety alone. It's like saying, hey, cancer's there. Do I leave it alone? Fuck no. You attack that thing head on. All of these things are dis-eases. So the body is built perfect. The body is a temple. The body is created by this phenomenal intelligence that we to this day don't know how the fuck it works. It's so perfect, we have not yet figured it out. Or on the flip side, maybe there are some people that have figured it out or have known the truth from the beginning and completely have lied to us for the sake of Big Pharma. What? Did I go there? Did I say Big Pharma? I sure did, because their job is to feed you pills, keep you miserable, hate life, and they have a customer for life. If they gave you a pill that you took one time and everything was great forever, would they be in business? And the answer is no. So they own you at a soul spiritual level. It's an evil, evil thing. So let's talk about anxiety. For those of you that don't know my story, I started in self-development because of deep, heavy anxiety. Let's talk anxiety. So 20 years ago, 19 years ago or so, married, 2 little babies, just built a 6,000 square foot house in Southern California for Tammy and I and the babies. Business is booming. I'm building for the Lakers, high-end individuals, high net worth CEOs. I mean, from a business perspective, people were literally envying me. Thank you, Lacey. 11 people. That's awesome. There you go. And that's how you know it's on the right fucking track. And that's the connection to the ether. Boom. So, life was great, but I started having these physical symptoms one morning where it was so bad. Chest was tight. Breathing was now being controlled. Heart palpitations were happening. Eyesight blurry, tingling of the head, tingling down the arm, left arm, I believe. So what do you think you're doing? Anxiety. Sorry, no. I knew nothing about anxiety. I'm a heart attack, stroke, like I'm going to die. It's fucking over. I'm only 32. Damn it. Oh shit. So this is 20 years ago. Wow. So Anyway, ER, I call an ambulance, they pick me up. I'm freaking out in the ambulance. It's all closed in, dark. They want to strap me in. I'm like, fuck you, you're not strapping me in. So there's claustrophobia, which means fear. Anyway, long story short, they do a bunch of tests, and it turns out I don't have anything physically wrong with me. I have physical symptoms that I'm going to die, but it's just anxiety. So I'm like, huh? I have what? Anxiety. What is anxiety? And then panic. So I'm having a panic attack because of an anxiety attack. So double whammy. You think you're going to die. Life is over. So Jody, I'm not sure how deep your shit is as far as how deep your anxiety attacks are, but mine were really, really bad. So this was the beginning of my self-development journey to this level 20 years ago. I had to learn me because I did not understand or agree with the fact that somebody like me, successful at 32s, there was perfect, hot wife, beautiful kids, great real estate, great business, money. It was good, great. So how's it possible for me to have such weakness and then become suicidal? What? Anyway, so when I learned that these physical symptoms were caused by thoughts I was having that were based on my beliefs, I realized that the problem was in me, not in the world, not in the business, not in the wife, not in society, not in the economy, not in fucking anything, but it was inside of me. It was the way I was seeing life. It was the way I was thinking about life. It was the way I was creating future doom, gloom, because nobody taught me business. Nobody taught me money. Nobody said, here's what success is going to look like. Here's what doing business at this level is going to bring. So I was growing. I'm 32, but there were fears that I had around the future. Like, fuck, can I really do this? Anyway, so whatever bullshit was created in my head turned up as anxiety. So your question specifically, Jody, is, do you let it be and will it eventually burn itself out? I've never heard of any dis-ease burning itself out, ever. Have you? I guess let me ask you, Jody, have you heard of any disease ever burning itself out? So a dis-ease is created, all diseases, and I'm talking all the way down to cancer, all the way to autoimmune, all the way to heart issues, all the way to, I don't give a fuck what you have. But people say, yeah, but society. Yeah, but it's a stressful world. Yeah, but it's in the water. Yeah, but the food is GMO'd. Yeah. Oh, got it. Yep, I understand your point. But if your mindset is set for happiness, if your mindset is set for gratitude, if your mindset is set for simply being content with whatever is happening in the world, and at no matter what point, regardless, you are just fucking happy. So when you're there, guess what? Nothing can touch you because your vibration as a physical and as an ether surpasses all of the physical problems of the food, the water, the air, the chemtrails, the government, the stresses, the 9/11s, all the bullshit. Yesterday I did a post where I said high vibration doesn't have time for low vibration. And it's exactly what this means. So when you are set for success, poverty cannot touch you. And you're like, but I don't have enough money. Well, that means you're not set for success. So getting to the place of being happy, living in a state of content, living in a state of I'm a badass no matter what, that takes time. It takes growth. It takes effort on your behalf. Because here's what happens, Jody. You didn't get to anxiety overnight. Nobody said, oh, right now you're going to have anxiety. Nobody did that. Nobody forced you to have anxiety. Nobody put a gun to your head saying, look, you're going to have fucking anxiety or else. That never happened. Anxiety is a learned behavior in the subconscious mind and obviously the conscious. It's a perfect match because you build stories around certain situations. So anxiety has to do with the future. Anxiety is all about future, a potential negative future outcome. That's all anxiety is. So when you start creating images or having thoughts or using words about this possible negative future outcome, you are telling your DNA that, shit, I'm scared. I'm scared of that problem, whatever it may be. And a lot of times it has to do with money. I mean, money is such a beautiful and such an evil at the same time because of what people do to it. The love of money, this fucking necessity that has been created in this society around money, because we gotta have money to fucking live and pay the bills and pop, pop, pop. So it's become this monster over humans' life that if I don't have money in the future, there's going to be what's called doom and gloom. So that picture, the movie that we start creating in our mind, and the words that we start using around this possible thing in the future. If I don't have money, then this list of consequences, and you start seeing it. What are people going to think about me? Holy shit. And eventually it becomes a what? It becomes a belief that that future is going to be real. And now you're scared the fuck out of it. And you're like, well, but I don't want that. I don't want that thing in the future because I hate it. It's not what I don't want it. So get away from me. But remember, what we resist will persist. What we give energy to will grow. Life goes in the direction of our thoughts, words, and beliefs. That's it. So if I know that life goes in the direction of my thoughts, words, and beliefs, then I have to become conscious of the fact that every time I think I don't want this, I'm telling the universe, God, that I actually want it. How much energy and power and emotion do you put behind, I don't want to be fucking broke anymore? How much passion goes behind the fucking bills and the fucking boss and the... Well, every time you're feeding that, you're getting exactly that back. So when you think, that's it, I'm going to quit my fucking job. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm tired of being fucking broke, damn it. Fuck being broke. Where people say, fuck cancer. I see people out there on Facebook and fuck cancer. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Everything we resist will persist. We're fueling it. And you wonder why the government say no to drugs, fight cancer. They're feeding it. They're teaching us to feed the fucking thing that we don't want. Ask, pay attention. Why? How does the universe work? How does magnetism, how does electricity work? And why does it work that way? So we are nothing but a part of the system. My point is, Jody, here's the thing. So for you, when you get anxiety, what happens is you're typically most likely scared of, not most likely, but you're scared of something in the future. And obviously, if we ever get a chance to work together, I can break that down for you very quickly and give you very specific tools as to how to get the fuck out of anxiety very, very quickly. And then you start doing those things, and then you'll one day replace the anxiety, that habit. Because today, listen to me, your anxiety today is an addiction. You are addicted to those thoughts, those fears, and here's why. And people are like, what are you talking about, man? How can that be an addiction? Here's what happens. The brain does not know the difference between what's real and what's not. And that right there, holy mama, is that powerful, because you right now, I tell you, whether you're a guy or a girl, and I tell you, close your eyes and just, picture this hot chick or this hot guy walking down the beach and, blah, blah, they come to you and, hey, how are you? And have a nice conversation and whatever it may be, there will be some kind of, whether it's an arousal or some kind of a reaction in your body, but it's all in the head so far, because I only told you to close your eyes and imagine this, or imagine just simply having sex with the hottest thing on the planet, or it could be off planet. The imagination is the most powerful thing we have, where I tell you, hey, close your eyes, get a slice of lemon, or get a lemon, it's cut it in half, then we're going to cut a wedge, and we're going to squirt it, just squeeze it a little bit, poof, a little squirt goes out, and then you're going to just bite into it. See, right now what happened, I'm puckering up. Why? Because this fucking thing doesn't know if it's real or not. My point is this. When you are seeing your future and you don't like it, what is transponding to this is a problem. When we create a problem here, which creates a fear here, because we only feel in the subconscious mind, which is in the torso. When we think here, feel here, there's a chemical that gets released. There are a few chemicals. The most popular one is cortisol. Well, here's what happens, kids. We get this cortisol release when we smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, do cocaine, do opium, do whatever drug you can think of, crack cocaine, whatever, all those shoot 'em up. What comes out of the poppy seed in Afghanistan that the CIA controls? Whoop, I just went there. Fuck. Anyway, you get my point. So the same identical chemical gets released in the body when we have these thoughts and pictures and emotions. Cool. So because this cortisol is an addictive chemical, it goes into the chest, it goes poof, you feel it in the chest. There's nothing going on, the future hasn't happened, but you're seeing this movie of the future where it's doom and gloom and we're fucked and the Russians are gonna come and the UN is gonna fill the streets with military activity and you're not gonna have a home and no food and you're gonna be homeless and holy fucking shit. Oh my God. And all of a sudden, there is a transmission of chemical from here to here. The chest gets filled up with this chemical. The veins start to contract. Contract, yep, that's a good word. English is my fourth language, so calm down, people. So the veins start to contract. It starts tightening things up. Therefore, there's less blood to the heart. The heart starts to, boom, 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 boom. Everything goes up. It gets heightened, which does what now? Shit, fuck, what's wrong? Fear goes up, fear goes up, fear goes up. So what happens now, because you gave it such reality, you saw it. It doesn't know if it's real or not. So it goes to protect itself. Fuck! The enemy's coming! The enemy's coming! So it's looking to protect itself. So it's sending all these signals. Fuck, shit, shit. That's why the drug, when it releases cigarette, the body knows what's good for it or not. The body knows what's good for it or not. So if it feels like shit, it's the wrong direction. I have a saying. If it feels good, keep doing it. If it feels bad, stop it. That's it. You can quote me on that. It's deep. It's deep, damn it. So, fuck no, do you leave anxiety untouched. You attack it head on. But when I say attack it head on, there's a trick. Because you don't say, fuck you, anxiety, I'm done with you. No, because then you would be feeding anxiety. You're going to get more of the thing that you don't want because you're verbalizing it. You're putting emotion behind I don't want. You get my point, I hope, by now. So then what do you do? Well, let me ask you a question. What is the absolute extreme opposite of anxiety? And that's what you want to do. That's it. I'll leave you with this because I can talk about anxiety and panic and all this stuff for hours. It's so complex and deep, but yet so simple because the simplicity is this. Two pieces of matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So if we know that two pieces of matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time, that means I cannot hold a positive and a negative thought at the same time. I cannot hold a negative or a positive emotion at the same time. I have to choose one. It's like, fuck, which one do I want? Which one do I want? Which means it's choice. So if I have anxiety, that means it's choice. If I'm fucking excited and happy, choice. If my body feels great, choice. I feel like shit, no energy, choice. Heart palpitations, choice. Get up and run, go for a jog, choice. Sit on the couch and watch a movie to cover up your anxiety, choice. It's all choice. What do you want? So all I'm telling you so far is that everything you have today, you've created. Take fucking responsibility. Nobody did this to you. And a lot of people in the anxiety state, it's, yeah, but, because my job and my situation is so bad, the future, once again, back to anxiety, the future is so fucked. Well, that's because you believe that. What happened to gratitude? What happened to, and I have so many people of belief, and so just pray. I'm not great, pray. Please pray. But also there's a science to getting off your fucking ass and doing something about it. Just like you pray, nobody's going to, yeah, I'm sure other people can pray for you, but nobody can do the work for you. So you made a decision to pray. But there's also making a decision to be fucking happy. It's a decision to not have those negative thoughts. It's a decision to have faith in the future. What happened to your God? What happened to, hey, it's going to be fucking great. If God brought me to it, God will get me through it. I mean, I can give you 1,000 of those examples. So it always comes down to choice, and it's always up to you to feel how you feel at every given moment. Once you start taking responsibility right now, like, oh, I feel like shit. Okay, stop. Stop, just stop. Why? Why do I feel like shit? Back up 10 minutes and say, okay, what did I think about? Who was I around? What movie did I watch? What was on TV? What did I hear in the background? Did I get cut off in traffic? Did I cuss somebody out? Did I have negative thoughts? Did I curse somebody? Did I judge somebody? Did I put somebody down? Did I do full fucking inventory for the last 10 minutes, and you'll figure out exactly why you feel like shit in this moment. Guaranteed. And then you'll start becoming aware, like, fuck, I am so negative all the time. And it's just simple. It's just simple stuff. It's complicated, but it's simple. It's simple, but it's complicated because we human beings, we complicate fucking everything because the system taught us to stay very busy. Good little laboratory rats and stay in fear. I hope that answered you. There is a lot of help. You can go to BadasseryFactory YouTube channel. And I have a lot of videos on anxiety, panic, and who was here? I saw the word panic. Hold on. So, Jody, you're here. Good, you're still here. My point is, go to BadasseryFactory.com and you'll see I have YouTube. I have videos on exactly anxiety, panic, depression, and what to do. Like I give you tools on exactly what to do, and you start doing those every single day, and more importantly, a few times a day, your life will change very, very quickly. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I'll put it in writing. I have a Romanian message. I'm going to read to y'all in Romanian. This is from Yulia Pop. Atacurile de panică și anxietatea pot fi și un șoc post-traumatic, chiar după mulți ani de la tragedia prin care ai trecut. Yeah, so what she's saying is that panic attacks and anxiety can be a post-traumatic shock after some kind of tragedy, etc. Yeah, so anxiety. So no, I'm gonna disagree. Sorry. Anxiety can only be connected to a future negative potential outcome. Only. We don't have anxiety about the past. You follow? We can only have anxiety about the future. What we have about the past is depression. So depression has to do with past trauma, experiences, etc. So when we have a traumatic experience, and most of us do at light level, deep level, medium level, we have shit from the past, and that's what makes us all sort of beautiful and also fucked up today. And we do life through all this shit from the past. It's like, I want to get ahead, but you can't because you're carrying all this weight. But panic attacks are what the brain, what psychology calls fight or flight. When you get into a state of panic, when you go into that state, you're either going to fly, get out, run, get away from the situation, like the building's burning, or you're going to stay and fight. The people that grow and that are committed to growth, that are even conscious of growth, because a lot of us are not, and that's okay. Like I never knew there was a thing called self-development. What the fuck? I'm an immigrant, damn it. I came here to work. So when we're not aware that there is a way, there's a thing called develop me, develop the self. So staying and fighting is the key. So when panic shows up, panic is ugly. I've been there so many fucking times. You're like, you got to get out, because if not, like the next step would be death. It feels like death, and it's ugly and it's nasty. So anxiety cannot show up. Well, so let me think. So she's saying that panic, yes, can show up because of a past trauma. Can anxiety show up because of a past trauma? So I'll put it this way. Directly, no. Anxiety cannot be based on a past experience. Anxiety, though, can be based on a past experience if it affects some kind of a future outcome. So if, let's say, my kitty cat died when I was 5 years old, kitty cat got smashed in the head with a hammer. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. If you're a cat person, I apologize. I just picked that randomly out of thin air. So trauma, fuck, the kitty cat died, horrible. If the person never dealt with that trauma, well, what happens is the human dynamic goes and it creates a story around kitty cats, the death of kitty cats, the life of kitty cats, the buying of kitty cats, the taking care of kitty cats. So we have thousands of molecular stories around kitty cats now. So now as an adult, if that wasn't dealt with, and I still carry these stories unconsciously, because they're in the subconscious, it's under the conscious, subconscious, but these behaviors, and because they're deep-rooted from 50 years ago, these stories now, of course, show up when I'm looking at the future at kitty cats. And here's where it can creep up, for example, Yulia, where a past trauma can affect the future and therefore give me anxiety. If kitty cats are a part of a future thing, like my husband wants to get a cat, or my kids now want to get a cat, and I'm freaking the fuck out because I can't get a kitty cat because it's going to get smashed, and I could never put my kids through the same trauma because I cried and it was that person's fault and the guy with the hammer and blah, 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 blah. So therefore, I see all this in the future. I see my kids crying. I see that the blood again, and all of a sudden, poof, poof, chemical gets released, the chest, anxiety. So just to answer that specifically, direct, no. If we take it to the future, yes. Yulia is also saying in Romania, so back to Romanian, 1 second, guys, I will translate. Avem extra valerianic cardio, mă ajută destul de mult și noaptea am mai multe probleme, așa că îl iau seara. So I think she's talking about cardio, but that she's taking. I think she's taking it might be like Valerian Root, is that she's taking. Oh yeah, so Valerian Root is it calms. Funny enough, I used it when I had anxiety because I didn't want to take Xanax and shit. So I used Valerian Root and some other ones to calm the system. And it did help, funny enough, but I wanted the solution, which was here. So she's saying she has problems at night. So listen, nighttime is the motherfucker. And why? Why is nighttime the motherfucker? Why do people have more heart attacks during sleep, during night, than any other time during the day? Why do we have all the deep shit happen at night? The staying awake, the fears, the anxiety, the magnesium, genius. Yep. Magnesium is beautiful. So nighttime is when you're not occupied by the TV. You can't go talk to anybody because everybody's sleeping. You can't put on anything loud because other people in the house are sleeping. People are not at work. You can't go shopping. You can't go to the store. You can't go to McDonald's. You can't do shit. So guess what? It's you time. It's the only time when you are almost forced to be with yourself. And that's why people today, they occupy themselves so much with everything possible. Netflix. Netflix. That's why there's Netflix binging. People are so addicted to Netflix and, watching this thing and over these shows for hours and days and weeks and months. It's like fucking shit. So you want to fall asleep with the TV. Why do you want to fall asleep with the TV? Oh, so you don't have a chance to deal with your shit. I get it. Until that shit catches up to you and it punches you in the fucking face. That's all. Yeah, so Yulia is saying that she falls asleep with the radio on, and it's exactly that, to keep this busy. What I do recommend for anybody and everybody, and something I do every single night, find something, either meditation, guided meditation, 432 hertz music, YouTube. Just go to YouTube, put 432 HC, and you'll get these audio videos, if you will, that are 8, 9, 10 hours long. And you can literally just let it play in the background as you're sleeping, because it'll help with the DNA restructure, or guided meditations, or anything that works for you. Not news, not anything that doesn't work. So be very specific as to what works for you and let it play in the background. So I do it every single night. Okay, so the question is this. My wife and I are struggling greatly and considering divorce. Have you ever helped a couple stay together? Love the question, and the answer is absolutely. And funny enough, it's one of my favorite things to do, and here's why. I truly believe that any two human beings can be together. I really do. Are there some that get along better? Yep. Are there some that are easier, click together? Yep. Are there some that have more in common than others? Yep. Are there some, I can go on and on. You get the point. The reality is that, why in the fuck did you meet in the first place? Why did you get together in the first place? What was that attraction? Who were you at the time of saying, yup, I'm gonna marry you? Who were you at that time? And who was the spouse to say, oh, yeah, I want him. Yeah, well, he's mine. So who are these people in the moment when you made a decision? What was that enthusiasm and what state were you in when you made that decision? And here's what I do with these conversations and couples that they think they're done, etc. And it's really a conversation of going back to day one. In the beginning, did you love her? Oh, yeah. Everybody has the same answer. Of course. Of course I loved her. Did you love him? Yep. Awesome. Do you still love him today? Oh, hell no. Do you love her? No way. So what's changed? And now you go from day one to today and figure out what's transpired. And what you'll find is that when we first meet someone, and this is just normal society today, when we first meet someone, what we do is look at them through the blueprint, the subconscious mind, and the blueprint represents an expectation, which means, wow, she's amazing. Ah, she's hot, beautiful. But unconsciously, what I'm saying is she looks good, but she's going to look amazing when she does things my way. When she behaves my way to where my blueprint makes sense, when things add up in my world, oh man, she's going to be amazing. So unconsciously, we're here to change people. We're here to alter them to make us right. Unconsciously. And this is exactly why marriages so many marriages end up in divorce, because it's exactly this. They're coming in to get out of them what their blueprint needs, which means you need to change to make me fucking happy, bitch, asshole. So this is what happens. So when the changes don't happen, but meanwhile, I'm not conscious of the fact that I'm looking to change her. But meanwhile, I have an expectation because of this unconscious belief that she needs to do certain things around the house. And if she doesn't do those things around the house, well, obviously she doesn't respect me. She doesn't love me. She's probably cheating on me, the whore. See what I did there? So this happens a lot, a fucking lot. So much it's a pandemic. So then we go back to love again. We go back to love because, so you don't love her today, but you loved her back then. What happened? What changed? And what was love back then? What did love look like? What did it feel like? And this is the catch 22. This is the catch right here, because everybody gets busted in this little moment. So I ask him, hey, so what did love feel like? Who were you back then? What did you guys do? How did you love her? How did you respect her? How did you honor her? Oh, well, let me tell you. And obviously in the state of anger, you don't want to really talk about love, but there are ways to get people there. So that's my job, is to get people to that state where you can talk about it again, because it's safe. When you're in anger and closed off, the last thing you want to do is open up and be lovey-dovey, because God forbid you want the other spouse who is angry to see you in a loving place. Oh, judgmental. So, just patterns. My point is this. When people explain how they felt back then and what love really looked like and what love really felt like, then I ask them, God, wasn't that just freeing? Wasn't that just open? Like no boundaries? Anybody can do anything. I'm not saying to cheat. I'm just saying that you just allowed the other person, because that person was perfect at that time. And she was nice and sexy and beautiful and sophisticated. Whatever it was that you loved about her that set you free, because love, right? Love just sets us free, baby. Wasn't that amazing? And the guy, yeah, I asked her the same thing. So, oh my God, yeah, back then, I got to tell you, man, I'm not sure what the fuck changed. Then goes back into anger. But I got to tell you, back then something was different. It felt good. And then we go into really breaking down what love means. And what is love? And love is freedom. That's all it is. Because when you love someone, you set them free. And to set somebody free means that you are not creating any boundaries for that person. You can create boundaries for yourself. You can never create boundaries for another human being, because that's love. As soon as you look to create boundaries, you just stepped out of love. So then if you are creating boundaries and say, but I love you so much and you got to do this because I love you, then you're full of shit. You're lying to everybody. Hence what happens with poison in the body. When we're living in a world of thinking that I love you, but you got to do it my way. Control, that's poison, that's acid in the body. And then people wake up with cancers and all these issues. It's like, fuck, you know, what happened to me? Well, you're an asshole. So once we understand that there was love at one point, I don't care when, and then we can figure out through the years the fact that he was looking to change her to fit a certain mold, my blueprint. And what you'll find out years later, the typically wives will give in, and some weak men will give in too. And I'm not saying weak as in not to serve your spouse, but if you are molding yourself to fit in somebody else's mold, that's never going to work. You have to be you, and you have to love will set you free to be who you are, because you cannot be anything else. You cannot be anybody else. If you're going to change yourself to fit into her mold or his mold, you're fake. You're now just like CNN, fake fucking news. And how's that going to work out? It's not. What's going to build from that? Resentment, unhappiness, misery, depression. Fuck, this is ugly. This is not who I am. And maybe you're not conscious, but then you start hating going home. Oh no, honey, I got to work late. I'm at the office late. Oh, huge meetings, big stuff going on. So once we understand the fact that people spent the last 10, 20, 30, 50 years looking to change each other and it didn't work, then they have a fucking epiphany. Holy shit. Because back then I loved her. She was hot. She was great. So walking the conversation forward to today, hey, what things would you like to see different in her? And we start literally making a list of all the changes he wanted and she wanted. And then they realized that they didn't fucking get him, but their frustration, their anger was all around the fact that they did life. They did this marriage through this want and this need that was unconscious, and they never got it. So they're frustrated. So sometimes they end up cheating on each other because I'm not getting what I want. Damn it. I'm not getting my respect. So I'm going to go fuck her. Yep. And where does that get us? Right? In different levels of hell. So understanding that all these changes that we're looking to create in the other person to justify my bullshit, then we make the list, we become conscious of, holy shit, all that pressure on me and her. Wow, fuck. Then I go to the next level. Hey, let's assume for a quick minute, just let's like role play like little kids. Okay. So I back up and I say, hey, let's go back to day one. And that love, that fun, that travel, that excitement, all that badass sex you had. Let's just pretend for a quick minute that in the last 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it was, that you never tried to change her or him. And you just simply accepted that person for exactly who she or he was. Let's just role play for a minute. Is that possible? Well, fuck no, because no, hold on. Let's come back down. I got to get out of ego, come back to heart. So from that new heart state, I'm asking you to role play. Just role play with me for a quick minute. Is it possible, do you feel, as a hypothetical bullshit scenario, that in the last 10 years, you allowed her to just fucking be her? And be goofy and silly and stupid and dirty and messy, because that's who you fell in love with. Let's just pretend for a quick minute. Just go there. Pretend you're 5 years old. You're going to go to the moon. We're going to fly around. And we're going to pretend just like that. All open. You just fucking loved and adored her for exactly who she was. Is it possible? Just hypothetically, do you think it's possible? Well, maybe, I guess, yeah. No. Let's for sure say. Like me asking you, do you feel in the last 10 years you could have not eaten a double cheeseburger every single week? Could you have bypassed 1 week and just had it every 2 weeks? Your answer is yeah, because it's a no-brainer. You could have made that choice. So is it in the same world possible that you just let her be her? So eventually we get down to, yeah, obviously, of course I could have with annoyance. Well, fuck yeah, but I didn't. Right? Because the ego loves to create shit. So all of a sudden now, what happens? Click. Click. Fucking light bulbs start going crazy. Electrical sparks. And fuck. So there's really nothing wrong? Yeah, that's right. There's really nothing wrong. Outside of the past where you look to manipulate your fucking wife and suffocate with your own needs, and you did it to him and you did it to her. But guess what? That's the past. So I ask you again, since you already said yes to the fact that we could have gone without the changing the other person and just simply let the other person be, and we could have just loved the shit out of that person all the way till today. Do you believe today you still be in love or more in love with that same person as you did day one? And it's like, fuck yeah, of course. Of course, Andre, I'm not an idiot. Now they get defensive and huffy and puffy. What are you saying about me? I said, I'm not saying anything about you. I'm showing you that you have the power to do whatever the fuck you want. So you just told me that you're still in love with this person. All you got to do is stop fucking trying to change them. Done. Closed. So I've saved marriages like this. I don't know if I've ever counted, but it works. It works every fucking time. And I've never... You know, are there situations where like arranged marriages in different cultures? Yeah. And even then I find common ground because we're still human, you guys. We're still human. There's a book I'm writing. It's called We Eat the Same, We Shit the Same, because we're all the same. We have the same needs. We all have a blueprint. We all have an ego. We have a subconscious and an unconscious mind. And guess what? We have love. And we all like sex, because we're still animals. So from all those parameters, how can you connect with the other human being and go enjoy life? And yes, it is possible. That's all I'm saying. Oh, that was a workout right there. What's up, Steven? You said, I heard a groom say to his wife, I am not here to change you, but to complete you. Egotistical fucker. Oh, it's funny because even that right there, I get it. Good words. So it replaces I'm not here to change you, but I'm here to complete you. And it's funny because it's actually an insult, Stephen. What's funny is, but I'm sure the wife is like, oh my God, he loves me. But what happens is he just told her that you're not enough. And only by having me will you be enough, because you're not complete. You're fucking empty, actually. So what I'm going to do is change you by giving you me. It's fucking deep. So, oh shit, that's funny. Sonny, you're saying, this is why my hubby and I adore you and your family. You are so real. Well, teamwork, damn it. That's why I told you guys, this is about us. It's not about me. It's not about you. Bring your questions. We massage them. We get through this and we have some fun in this hot summertime. That's it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Every Thursday, 2 p.m., we're going to have this conversation through the week. Anybody that you know needs help, get them in here. If they can't afford a coach, a group, a session, anything, get them in here. This is, look, I'm saying free. I'm giving to you guys. So anybody that you know needs help, get them in here. Figure out your questions, stuff you're going through the week, bring them in here. Let this be our like weekly gym workout. Boom, 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 boom. Save a marriage, get some anxiety out of the way. Be happy, because that's at the end of look, how much time we got left. I don't know, but let's be fucking happy. It's very simple. So I'll leave you guys with that. You rock. Love you guys very much. See you next week. Kick ass, be happy. Peace out.